We are welcoming new/old 76er Andre Drummond. I don't mean old by age. I mean used to play here before, too. Yes, so, Andre, welcome back to Philadelphia. How are things going?
I'm doing well. I'm excited. Happy to be here. Happy to be back. That is very
I wish you guys could see his face right now. That is he has smiled from the instant he walked in. I can't say the athletes usually smile when they see media. Not the case with Andre Drummond. Smiling the entire time.
Well, when you're the media, Amy, there's usually smiles. But
maybe.
So, Andre, that leads to my first question. Why the smile? Why Philadelphia? What is so good to be back here for a player like you?
I mean, naturally, I'm just a happy person as is, and then it's always good to see familiar faces. When you go somewhere and you build relationships with people, it's always good to see them again and know that the relationship is genuine and that the feeling is always genuine. So happy to be back here. Happy to put on a Sixers jersey again. Should have been in the Sixers jersey despite, what happened in the past. But, things happen for a reason, and here we are again. So very happy to be here. One
thing I know you've talked about, your rebounding rate, it's bar none. Best rebounder in the league, has been that case for a long time. Will probably go down as one of the best rebounders probably ever. Sixers could have used some rebounding in the Knicks series. I know you saw it. We all saw it. Got to be number one on the list, I think, of one of the reasons that people are like, who do I know? I know who we need. A guy that averages almost 19 rebounds per 36. That's the guy we need. That has to give you a good feeling.
Definitely. I've managed to be around this long and do the same thing repeatedly. I do it consistently, and everybody needs a rebounder. Like I said, I set out to be the best for my rookie year because obviously there's other things. There's scorers, there's guys that block shots, steals, field goal percentage. And for me, rebounding is not sexy, but it's needed. Mm-hmm. And that's a position and a spot on the floor that is always going to be needed. So I think that's why I've made it so long. I think that's why teams are still trying to go after me.
Oh, yeah, because you had other offers out there. But coming back here to Philadelphia, why was that kind of one of the top reasons for you to come back here?
I felt like unfinished business here. Mm-hmm. I think we had a really good team when I was here, and we could have did something very special. And I felt like I needed to see what an entire year would look like here in Philadelphia. And obviously playing with Joel, Paul coming here too. We have Caleb Martin coming here. Re-signing Kelly Oubre. And we have a great core. Signing Tyrese again too. We have a great core group that can do something special for the next, not just this year, but the next years to come. Mm-hmm.
Andre, it's funny. When you were a rookie, all right, you're drafted. Your very first summer league game in Orlando, yeah. I'm sitting courtside, okay? And I was with a member of the personnel of Detroit. And I'm like, what are you expecting out of him? And I swear to God, he turns to me and he says, watch this kid rebound. And there was talk about getting you in NBA shape and all that stuff. But he said, watch this kid rebound. And I watched you for the rest of that summer league, and it was like, oh, my God. But I want to ask you, what is your rebounding philosophy? Because, as you said, there's like a want for people to do it. You're not bigger than everybody else. You're not faster than everybody else. But you have to have some kind of a philosophy, I would guess.
It's really just feel. I read the rim. Really, okay, I'll be honest. So what I do is, like, wherever team I play for, whoever I play with, like, you'll catch me. Like, I'll sit there and watch certain players shoot, and I'll see what their misses look like. And that's how I really learned how to rebound for teams that I play for, because after practice, I'll sit down because guys like to shoot after practice. So I'll sit down. I'll sit in the corner where no one's paying attention. I'll just watch what kind of shots they shoot, okay? If he shoots a three, it's either going long or it's a soft miss, or it goes off right or goes off left more often. And it gets real strategical, too. Like, it's still a lot more in-depth than what I'm giving you, but that's, like, the surface level of how I've gotten so good at it. Because I pay attention to who I'm playing with.
There has to be great footwork with you then, because I imagine, all right,
I'm always moving, too.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So nobody can plant on you and keep you away. And then as the ball goes in the air, if you're on the strong side and you're like, oh, that's short, I got to get over there. Like
I get there.
Oh, you get there because you're in constant movement.
Correct.
Okay.
Most important part I took away from that is he's watching his teammates, meaning those are offensive rebounds. Most important thing.
Somebody gets it.
That's the most important fact right there. He can watch the other team all he wants. He'll get those rebounds. He's watching how his teammates miss so he can get the offensive rebounds.
Correct.
If you had to equate like the most powerful, the most, the worth more, it's an offensive rebound, right? Because it's a second.
Demoralizing.
Yeah.
It ruins the whole possession because once you think you got to stop and then we get the ball again, now we got to do it again.
You get it again. You get it again. You talked about you still have a relationship with Joel Embiid, and I think you probably have that with a couple of guys. But to see where he was when you were here the first time, and to see where I'm sure you were, where he's at now. The trajectory is pretty remarkable, and to see what he's become and can continue to become. Was that one of the things when you thought about, I need to get back there to that situation too?
Yeah, his growth over the year has been amazing. I think he's just found this more seriousness of the game, of what he needs to do with his body to be able to play these games at a high level consistently. And I think that's been his biggest knock, his career, being available. And I think he's taken that personal. I think he's taken it more personal when I got here, and I think that's when he really started to really hone in on what he needs to do for his body, so he can maintain that same aggression that he has throughout the years. So just watching his growth and seeing what he's done with himself has been truly amazing. So that's another piece of why I want to be here, just to make sure that I can help him the best way I can.
Yeah, because you can come in here and spell him and save him for the most important part, which is
off season.
Yeah, that's what we need.
That's where we need him.
Yeah.
We're talking to
postseason. That's the most important part.
Exactly. We're talking to Andre Drummond, new 76er once again. And Andre, I wanted to ask you, you talk about teammates, the culture of the team, the way they play, Joel Embiid, all of that. But what else is there about Philadelphia?
The city, man.
That lures you back. And what about the city, though, in particular?
I love the fan base here, man. They've been on me from the moment I left.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true.
The moment I left, I just felt love. The moment I got here, and I felt it more when I left. Like, just coming back here, it always feels like home. It felt wrong to not give it another chance and at least be here, for the next couple of years and try to make something special happen out of this. I feel like I owed it to them.
Yeah. Oh, and they're going to appreciate you for saying that, because they might feel that way too. Did you hear that? Because everybody's talked about it, and I asked you down there about everybody saying, the best backup big, the best big to ever play with Joel Embiid is Andre Drummond. We said that for seasons now. Joel Embiid has been the first to say it. And then you hear the fans, they've been clamoring. I'm sure you see them all over social media on that. That has to make you feel good.
It feels good to be wanted, and it feels good to have your game appreciated. Because what I do isn't sexy. It's not the things you see on the sports top 10. Like, you don't see what I do on TV, but it's appreciated that I help winning, and that's the most important thing.
You mentioned that you also saw Tyrese when he was basically a rookie.
Right.
And then now you see what he is, an all-star, most improved player. But you said you recognized that in him.
Yeah, I saw that from the beginning. Just his work ethic was the most beautiful thing I've seen in somebody his age, especially for a kid who was kind of thrown into the fire. He had to be the starting point guard, I think it was the second year I got here. So he had to be a starting point guard for a team that is really, really good, and he had to learn a lot in a short period of time. And he's done an amazing job of learning the game, and not only learning the game, but finding ways to make himself better and the guys around him. And it shows.
Yeah, it does.
When you are a starter, which you were for a long time at the beginning of your career, and then, the backup thing becomes a thing.
Right.
How do you mentally, is the preparation all the same? Was it tough for you to, everybody knows you as the best backup center in the NBA. Is that okay with you? And how do you mentally prepare to be that?
I mean, there's two ways to look at it. I mean, one, again, having that mentality that I still am a starter is what kind of pushes me to keep playing the way I play, because I don't want to settle, but I'm also okay with helping one of the best bigs to ever play this game. Like, there's a difference between being a backup and really helping somebody. And I think I bring that to this team, and especially for him too. I mean, he wouldn't want me back if I didn't help him in some kind of way.
Yeah.
You guys could have still had the other guys that were here. So it's an honor more than anything to be back here in Philadelphia and to be a part of something bigger than me. I mean, it's not about being a backup. It's about how can I help this team win.
When you were here a number of years ago, and now you're entering your 13th year in the league, you credited the Sixers' opportunity, Doc Rivers at the time, for kind of really giving you a resurgence.
Right.
Do you think about that still? Because it could have turned out differently.
Yeah, I think Doc did a really good job of helping me adjust to that new role, because it was hard for me to grasp what the hell was happening to me.
Yeah, it's different because you go from the starter, best rebounder, to now this.
I didn't know what was going on in my career and why the shift happened or what was going on, but I think I needed this time to really focus on what's more important. It's not about the individual aspect of the game or what I can do in 30 minutes. It's about what can I do in the minutes I'm out there to help my team win. So whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's being a starter when Joel's out, or it's coming in for 15 minutes, or just any reason at all, if I'm helping, impacting, winning, I'm satisfied.
What do you know about Nick Nurse?
He's a great coach, champion. He is a very different kind of coach, and when I heard in a really good way, I think he is going to be able to help me project my game in a way that I haven't seen before, at least from what he said to me. So I'm looking forward to what he's trying to bring out of me.
I like that.
Andre, explain to our listeners the evolution of your relationship with Joel Embiid, because a lot of them just saw on-court stuff early on in both of your careers.
Right.
And then, teammates, and now, obviously friends. But what was the evolution kind of your relationship?
Yeah, it went from me despising playing this guy on a nightly basis to loving the dude. I mean, I despised playing him because of how good he was and how difficult it was to scout for him every night. And I admired the way he played. I mean, he plays hard and he knows how to play the game the right way. It doesn't matter what nobody says. No matter how he gets it done, he's impacting winning. And that's what I admired the most about him. And then getting the chance to play with him, I mean, the dude works hard. I mean, I don't think he gets enough credit for the hours that he puts in on his body, the stuff that he does to make sure that he's able to play. I mean, he can only do whatever his body allows him to do. So our relationship built from there, like just from the first day, just talking to him and, hearing what he's been through and what his life is like. I took that time to do that because it's bigger than basketball at the end of the day, which is why our relationship is where it is. I'm a big people person, man. You guys see me, I smile all the time. I'll talk to a fucking wall excuse my French. I'll talk to a wall if I could. But I just like to see, what people really are like. And he's a great dude, man. And he's always checked on me throughout the years. He's always, shot me a text, or I shot him a text to check on him and tell him that he's, doing great. And I'm really happy for him. So.
Does it frustrate you, though, as a guy who's played basketball your entire life, that you have this guy that rolls up here at 13 and is like, oh, basketball, that might be fun. That might be something fun. And here he is. Like, really?
God-given, man. God-given. He's a talented guy. He's gifted. But he's also worked hard. A lot of his skill set is obviously God-gifted, but he's worked at his skill set.
That's good. See, that's a good attitude. I would have been like, seriously, I've been doing this my entire life. And look at him.
Well, Andre is not a jealous person,
That's
Amy,
right.
as we have
He's a
found
better
out.
person than me.
Andre, listen, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We are here every day, 10 to 2. So, you feel like talking hoops and you don't want to talk to a coach or a teammate.
Or a wall.
You just dial me and Amy up. Yeah, or a bleeping wall. You just dial up me and Amy. We'll be here. We'd love to talk to you, and we wish you good luck this offseason and during the season.